special interview, special place today. We're at Café Gotsoul with
Shirley.
Shirley has a unique story. You worked at one of the best underground club in the whole world for almost 12 years, yeah, right?
Almost 12 years.
Okay, so maybe we're gonna start with that, and also how like you turned up to be a DJ producer, but you like it wasn't super, right? You were just like working in a club, and then it turns out you started DJ, right?
Yes, it was very unexpected. I never thought I would become an artist, but I'm very happy that I did.
Can you maybe just like explain us how you end up working at Stereo, because it's for us Montrealers, it's a special place.
Yeah, so I was finishing university, studying business, and I was studying Chinese as part of my program, and I was in China. And when I came back, I needed another club job. I was working in clubs since I was 18, so I called one of my connections, and he said, "Oh, I heard Stereo is looking for a bartender." So I went for an interview, and this was in 2011. And I worked as a bartender and then moved my way up to general manager and worked in the office and worked at the club. And the years just flew by.
So many questions after that, but how do you, so basically you work there every weekend, right?
Yeah,
Mostly every
every weekend for more than a decade. I watched every kind of artist play their first track all the way to their last track, from locals to the main artists, every single weekend. And I deeply listened to all these sets in every genre. And I grew a huge appreciation for every genre of music and the journey and extended sets, locals, internationals.
Do you have now on your mind maybe one set that pops up just like now from all the 10 years, 12 years?
You know what? I saw Stereo used to do a lot of live shows in the after hours, and one that pops up, I think that anyone would be lucky to see, is Salida live with Danny Tenaglia. Salida came and she sang "Music is the Answer." All the best tracks you would know from Salida, the underground, like it was amazing.
What is for you like the biggest change between the time you started now and now? Let's say like 2011 and now 2025.
The biggest change is definitely the crowd and the staff. When you start going out to your regular spot and you always see the same people and you have that warm feeling, and then as you go throughout the years, there's a new group of people that go regularly. So I'd say, yeah, the
Yeah.
staff and the crowd, you really see like the change in generations and the change in the crowd that goes.
Yeah, I was about to say it's the
Yeah.
generational things, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Can you remember the first time you played in front of a real crowd?
I remember my first big show was not that long ago in 2022 at Picnic Electronique. Paolo Rocco gave me the chance to open for him and his crew. And it was the best feeling. I had a blast, and I love Paolo's music and his label, so I was super honored.
Do you have any superstition or like something you do every time you play? Because now you're playing like not every week, but mostly, right?
Yeah, like before I play, I need to be alone. I can't go out for a dinner. I don't like to be social. I really like to get in the zone, get focused. Sometimes I listen to soft or classical music, and I really like to chill out and be focused and feel good and calm before I play.
Yeah, yeah, no, makes sense. Because you can't always like listen to your style is more like techno, right? So you can't really like listen to like your style of music every time, right? You need like to
Yeah.
diversify a bit what you what you're listening. What's the funniest or maybe craziest thing you saw, or maybe something that when you DJ you like you notice something? I know you have a
can't-
lot of I know you have a lot of stories. You can't tell everything, right?
Yeah, I don't think I could say the craziest thing. That's for sure. I've seen a lot. I think I've seen it all. So for me, nothing is crazy anymore because very little shocks me. So, but I can't say off the top of my head. I don't remember. I can't.
Nothing.
No.
No, no, you have no, no. You have to give me something, even like something, even not related like to stereo, like something when you played then at a venue or anything.
I think for sure the craziest thing I've seen would be at Burning Man.
Wow.
That's for sure.
Which show you did you win?
I went for 6 years in a row, starting in 2014. But you know what? A funny, crazy thing is a common friend of ours. We were at a huge party. I think it was Jamie Jones' Sunrise. And a girl who does acupuncture brought her needles out and started doing acupuncture on my friend's back in the middle of the desert. And his back was full of needles. In the middle of a Jamie Jones packed dance floor on the side, there were these beds that you chill on. And my friend was there, back out, needles
Like
all on his back.
you guys like didn't freak out or was like
No, it's
normal?
Like, it's a normal thing to see things like that at Burning Man. It's wild.
I mean, yeah, well, Burning Man, if you did it like six years in a row,
Yeah.
yeah, even like crazy stuff than like underground club like Stereo. You said
I've for sure seen crazier things, but I won't. I
Yeah.
won't reveal them.
She will tell me though after the interview. You promise.
Promise.
You promise. What's the most annoying thing a crowd can do during a set?
When people come in the booth and start having full conversations behind you, and my brain, my ears can't handle the music, the earphones, and people's conversations. Like I can't handle
Yeah.
the talking in the booth.
Yeah, I had the same answer last day with David.
Yeah?
Yeah, they said it's more like people when they come talk to
Okay,
to
yeah.
you, right? So you start like having conversation, but like you either like don't care or you don't have time to listen to
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Should DJ take requests? Yes or no?
Absolutely not. Never.
No argument, just no. No point. Can AI replace DJs for you?
Absolutely not. Again, I think a human and their life experiences, you cannot replace that. And a person can make illogical musical decisions to bring the crowd up and down and feel different emotions. And I think that I don't think there's an algorithm or a computer that can mimic
Yeah.
that those illogical changes in genres or music or switches to change the crowd's emotion.
Yeah, no, for sure. But it's also depend on where you're playing, right? Like sometimes you can just put like your laptop and play. No, what do you think?
Yeah, true. It depends. Sometimes you can use your aux cord or play a
But
set.
not, but not. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Not in the venues like you guys are playing usually. Like
Yeah.
not underground things and when you need more emotions and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the DJ brings something very special to the crowd for sure and can manipulate people's emotions and surprise them and take them to places they weren't expecting to go for sure.
So it's more for you. It's more than the DJ makes the crowd. Then.
For me, I think the DJ makes the crowd because you can be playing for a crowd who doesn't even know your music or listen to your style of music. And you can take them on that little journey and make them discover something new and something that their ears love.
I do have some music production question because you started producing, right?
Yeah.
Not long time ago. Long time ago.
Not long ago, I think it's been 2 years or 2.5 years now.
Okay, so do you have like any instrumental background, or you just heard like just started to learn it with like for example Ableton or all the software?
I have zero musical background. I always used to beg my parents to get me piano lessons, but was never successful. However, I do have a dance background. I used to dance on a competitive hip hop team and teach and choreograph dance. So that's kind of where my love for music came from, was from dance.
Okay, wow, interesting background. Yeah, and it can also helps with music because dance and music are usually
Yeah,
synchronized.
definitely my dance background in choreographing dance, it helps me when I build a set and when I DJ live, because I like to make people want to dance and get down low and then put them in a mood. I think of it in a way of dancing. Like sometimes you feel like putting your hands up, sometimes you feel like being sexy, sometimes you feel like getting low and shaking it, or sometimes you feel like you don't always want to be stomping the whole time. I think of it in terms of dancing also.
Yeah. How long does it take usually to finish a track for you?
I think like, I'd say realistically a month or 2 months.
Yeah.
But getting to the finishing stages of a track is the most difficult for me, because that's when my confidence starts playing games on my mind, and I'm like, what am I doing? Does this make sense? Is it even good? Am I even good? And I start feeling the imposter syndrome, so it's not easy.
Yeah. You told me a story yesterday about that, but you finished the track and you gave it to a friend, and it was he gave you good or bad advice for you.
I mean, I guess it's good advice, but at the end of the day, my mentor, he told me, always trust your ear, and sometimes people can give you opinion matter as a matter of their musical taste, but you should always trust your ear. If something sounds good, to go with that. Always follow your heart in general when it comes to music and being an artist.
One piece of advice you'll give your younger self starting out.
Number one, to stop people pleasing. I used to be obsessed with making everyone around me happy and trying to be someone that everyone liked. But the most important thing is to be yourself, and it's cool to be different. I always felt insecure that I was different. I felt out of place. But at the end of the day, I think that it's cool to be different, and it's cool to be yourself, and that's really the advice I would give myself.
What came actually in your mind with all like the sets, all the music you listened to stereo for all the weekends you were there? What came to your mind like during like a random night, let's say?
Yeah, I think honestly, I just have an appreciation for all the artists and all the genres of music and all the styles of mixing and DJing. Some artists play the same type of music all night, some take you on that journey. And for me, my biggest inspiration is the journey. And I love changing genres, taking people on a different emotional odyssey inside their head and different way of dancing. And
Yeah.
nothing compares to standing on the dance floor at Stereo in the middle under the disco ball. It's the best
Yeah.
place to hear the best sound. And I love going there and closing my eyes and just listening, and it's the best feeling.
You know, my favorite sport, my favorite spot, sorry, in the whole club is on the on the speaker. So sometimes I sit down on the speaker. You know, for me, like,
Yeah.
did you try it? Yeah, of course you tried. Huh?
I'm scared to hurt my ears, to be honest. But I have danced. I've definitely danced on the speaker. I remember once I grabbed three other friends, because speaker stack in each corner. So there's 4 speaker stacks.
Yeah.
I grabbed 3 friends and I told each friend, you go on that speaker, you go on that speaker, you go on. And all 4 of us at the same time were dancing on the speaker and making eye contact. And it was the best feeling.
Yeah, no, yeah, the speakers are, for me, it's the best feeling there. Uh, Following on that, what's the biggest mistake you see beginners DJs makes?
I would say not taking enough time to learn all of the technical aspects. That and also not prioritize. You have to prioritize your health. You don't need to go to every party or every after party to network and make connections. Sleep is very important. Your health is super important. And after many years of partying and working in the industry, health is really number one. And then for the technical aspect, I think that young artists should take the time to learn. A simple tip, I would say, is to read the user manual. You read the user manual of Recordbox, read the user manual of a CDJ 3000, learn technical aspects, and when you get to your gig, know which settings to check on all the CDJs, know what knobs to check before you start playing, and understand the technical setup to avoid misunderstandings or avoid mistakes so that you can really focus on your set and play and enjoy your set.
Yeah, yeah. No, because yeah, it's true that you know what. Even for me, when I like starting DJing also, and some venues they usually don't have like the same equipment.
Yeah.
So I was always like looking for videos on YouTube to know exactly which mixer they have, so they know. Yeah, for example, like the V10, it's nothing comparable of like Nexus 2000 or something like that. So yeah.
Yeah, don't be
DJ
don't be
equipment.
scared. Also, don't be scared to ask the promoter or the person that booked you. Ask them what equipment will I be playing on, and then prepare yourself in advance to know how to use that mixer the best way possible, or those CDJs, or if you know someone that has them, practice on that equipment. Don't be scared to ask questions, and when you get to the venue, test the sound, check the settings, and don't be scared to find out who's running in charge of the sound at the venue and ask them questions if you have any.
First word that comes to your mind when I say record label.
Limousine Dream,
Montreal,
Party,
crowd,
Wild,
sleep,
Necessary,
genre.
House music, baby.
Oh, yeah, I would say you will say techno, not house music.
I'm more tech house.
Okay.
House, yeah.
Okay, my bad then. Sound system.
Stereo,
Yeah. The early 2000.
Missy Elliott,
Request.
no requests,
Drinks.
water,
Opening or closing set.
closing.
House or techno big.
I'd say both, but if I had to choose one, house,
CDJ or vinyl.
CDJ.
Sunrise or sunset set.
That's a hard one, but I'd say sunset.
Indoor or outdoor venue.
Indoor for the sound.
120 or 130 BPM.
130.
If you could play one track for the rest of your life, what will it be?
The sun can't compare, Larry Heard.
To your light, can't compare. You are.
One DJ or artist that influenced your style the most.
I would say Danny Tenaglia because of the journey.
Yeah. If you could time travel to any rave or nightclub in history, what do you choose?
I would choose Studio 54 or early Stereo.
Have you Did you went like to like the early earlys?
No, I didn't go to Stereo before. The early Stereo, I would say, is before 2008, and I would have loved to see it then.
Did your first time at Stereo was when you start working, or you went before? You went before.
I've been before, yeah.
So finish the sentence. The crowds go wild when I.
Play an unexpected old school track with some nice vocals.
After a gig, you always find me.
You'll find me alone in my bubble, just taking it all in.
If I forgot my USB,
I never forget my USB. I always bring 2 backups and I triple check before I leave my house.
Perfect. We're done. Thank you so much, Shirley.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed the interview. Thank you guys for seeing the interview. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.